So I have a feeling that if the Torah didn't tell us that a miracle happened at the splitting of the sea, we wouldn't know that it's a miracle. We would say, yeah, whatever, something weird happened. God has to tell us, I did that. Otherwise.
The question is a question that is very, very serious. We see how anti-Semitism is on the rise in the whole world. And I just went on Google today and I put in anti-Semitism and news and got 20 pages of 1 week's worth of news from probably not around the world, just US. So it's really scary. It's giving us flashbacks. And of course, the most important question is, how do we treat it? How do we react to it? What do we do?
I was just going to ask you, did you notice the decrease? Did you notice that the protests are getting weak and quieter and they're fading out? No?
Not sure. I don't know. Maybe colleges are coming to an end. You know, their graduations, maybe they have just a little bit more. So that's good news.
Yeah, they have other things on their mind and it's all forgotten. So hopefully that is what's happening. I don't see who possibly can gain anything from anti-Semitism. The Nazis gained a lot. So when people say, oh, how come we don't have miracles like we used to? The president of Iran and the foreign minister?
Yeah, that's pretty miraculous. That's crazy miraculous.
What will it take to get your attention? So I have a feeling that if the Torah didn't tell us that a miracle happened at the splitting of the sea, we wouldn't know that it's a miracle. We would say, yeah, whatever, something weird happened. God has to tell us, I did that. Otherwise. But Iran doesn't realize from that event alone, and from the total failure of 300 rockets, if they don't get it, they're hopeless. They're brain dead. I'm sure they get it. And they're sitting around and talking about the God of Israel. Don't mess with him. It's got to be happening. And it seems like Iran entity that has something to gain because their only claim to fame in the region is that they're anti-Israel. And to keep that position, they need to be threatening and rattling their swords all the time. If they are discouraged, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, but we still see things and draw parallels of how the Jewish students are being prevented, and Jewish professors too. It's in the news today that the Jewish professor with a tenure in Columbia University, I believe, was let back in and, they can't enter their own colleges. I mean, that's Vienna in 1938. And other things, like crazy things, like Jerry Seinfeld was booed giving a speech at Duke University, his own alma mater. And it's like people got a kick out of him for 9 years? His show was the most popular show on television, and all of a sudden he is a persona non grata. I mean, this is an entertainer, yet,
Maybe he just wasn't funny. They were expecting hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. We need to be focused on who we are and where we're going. This distraction is dangerous. We can't become victims again in our own mind. So, I don't know, the Jewish agencies that constantly focused on this anti-Semitism and that anti-Semitism with numbers and statistics. And what are you trying to do? Make us give up? what are you trying to do?
Rabbi Friedman, but what do we make out of the fact that ICC all of a sudden issues a warrant on Netanyahu and the prime minister for, that's definitely anti-Semitic.
Does it mean anything?
Not yet, but everybody is appalled, so it must have some kind of meaning behind it.
Well, the ugliness and the actual stupidity of it is appalling. I don't know if it's a real threat to Israel or to even Netanyahu. But this focus and this is not healthy. It is not good. Because what do you gain by announcing to the world, more people hate us, more people hate us? What are you doing? What, you're going to get love this way? You're going to get, it never works. Don't be a victim. It's not healthy. So what should we be focusing on? So on the one hand, you can say, why is everybody picking on us? Why is everybody against us? That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is, what makes us so unique? Yes, we are very different. Nobody picks on any other people like they pick on the Jewish people. Well, that means that we're different and we're special. What makes us special? That's a worthy question, a worthy subject. We've always been different. What? What makes us different? And it's not an easy answer. We've tried. In Germany, we were so German. In communist countries, we were such communist. What makes us different? If we knew the answer, we would feel much more secure. And we wouldn't care. College students who don't know what a woman is are against the Jews. They don't know what Jews are either. What are we afraid of? Who are we being intimidated by? So it's not the world that is threatening us. It's our own lack of clarity about who we are. If you know who you are, then you tell the world who you are. You don't run around crying, everybody hates us. So you can feel victimized by all the attention on Israel and Jews. Wow, we really are different. We really are unique. Why is the whole world obsessed with us? Right now, the obsession is negative. They're obsessed with us. And it's such a great opportunity to tell the world, because the whole world is looking at us, listening to every word we utter.
Rabbi Friedman, 100%. However, there's this element of fear that we cannot help to get over because there are too many parallels with what happened 70, 80 years ago. And it's very, very nerve-wracking because, what is the guarantee that this is not it again, that this is not going to turn into what it turned into the first time around?
Circumstances are completely different. The world is different. Even if there were no parallels, we would still be afraid. Because psychologically, we're just We've been victimized so often in history. The parallel doesn't even have to exist. If I can convince people there's no similarity whatsoever, yeah, but yeah, but it's scary. Look, it's really not surprising. You can't blame anybody, but 2,000 years of persecution can do a little damage to our self-image, to our identity, to our sanity. So why is it healthy, wealthy, powerful, successful Jews have nightmares because a teenager painted a swastika on the sidewalk? What's wrong with you? It doesn't have to have parallels. We're just always on the verge of hysteria because the world is out to get us. I don't know if the world is out to get us. Oh, let's put it differently. The world is out to get us, meaning to understand us. They just don't get us. And they don't get us because we never tell them who we are. Why do we have to be such a mystery to people? How is it that Muslims can say, the Israelis are not Jews, they're just Europeans from... But nobody knows who we are. You can make up stories where we're Jewish, we're not Jewish, we're gypsies, what are we? And really, that's just on the surface. The people who scream, we are not Jews, we're just, they know we're Jews and they know we're chosen, and it scares them. But what makes everybody crazy is that we won't say it. I've never heard a prominent Jewish from any denomination, from any background, from any, say publicly, we are the chosen people. We stood at Mount Sinai.
Rabbi Friedman, the big problem is that a lot of us don't know who we are ourselves. And I would say even a majority at this point.
That's what I'm saying. The weakness is internal. The only one who came close to actually saying that was Ariel Sharon, when he spoke at the UN. And whoever's listening, if you have a minute, look it up. Ariel Sharon speak UN at the 60th birthday of the United Nations. And he got a standing ovation. He basically said, without any qualifications, without any justifications, he said, I stand before you as a Jew. Our history began with our grandfather Abraham. And then we stood at Mount Sinai. He got a standing ovation. He also gave away Gush Katif, which I'm sure he regretted all his life. So, if we tell the truth, we're better off, always. And it's hard to tell the truth because we're so convinced that nobody wants to hear it. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.
We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal. It's questions and answers. It's conversation. It's really relaxed. It's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us. Take a look. Click the link below and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.